Prayers before teachings. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, take refuge until enlightenment is reached. Through this of listening to the Dharma and other perfections, may attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. In Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. Through this of listening to the Dharma and other perfections, may attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. In Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. Through this of listening to the Dharma and other perfections, may attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. Prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing. Request to turn the wheel of Dharma, request not to manifest Nirvana, dedicated the merits thus created for all sentient beings. This ground is ordered with fruitage, sweet flowers, well with mulberry, four continents, sun and moon, energizing at Buddha field. In all places, all beings may enjoy the joy. Idam Guru Rana Manaklang Gradually exalted and venerable gurus to have gathered clouds of wisdom and compassion in the space of Dhammakaya, in accordance with the needs of few disciples. Pray that the rain of vast profound Dhamma thereby fall. Okay, can over to Geshe-la.
Sanje chola soje chona la janjo ba no dani choso da ge shen so je be chona je dola be je sanje ro ba sanje chola soje chona la janjo ba lo dani choso da ge che che je be chona je dola be je sanje ro ba sanje chola soje chona la janjo ba lo dani choso da ge che che je be chona je dola be je sanje ro ba sho sa ye be je sho ye me lo do le yin de je ba sanje ye do mi de be ba roke no da ken do cho wa cho e dang go ra na me ne ya da ya me kan ye se jo rang ye ra la ne me da ra da la je ni je da de ga no bo ye ji me ba se de sa ni be lo na kai kan che ye re ne be ye ra do ye ge re ban ze ba kan ye ba da 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 ja ta ba ta be go jo tu be su ni che ni de ye 타다 라메메 담에 어제 양보 다 자제라서 주주쇼라 쇼와셔바 나 사제소마로 되게 되게 줘줘 내가 제 담에 전에 전에 이게 대해 자제에 대해 제서비 대줘 대제 잡아달라 줘도 되게 규바에 대해라 내가 야다 줘도 예미 엄베 다네레 바텔라 투베 손예제 템비케는 줘에 제메라도 로소시에 촌나다 전에 살아 주제 가신데 내게 그전에 됐어 너무 봐야 내게 사와셔봐 임베 Tene yanda samba che junde na che sanje sonda shirwa na te roda nemba shayire namala ye kada loda neje ke chuwa dana me ke chuwa genje dana che samba tangje ke da ke chue ten to nye nye je sonda chu pe la che che sende kanje ten rin ge shana pe ma ten de ja sowa ne so ye den ren chu shu o tan de 제이 소라 당치게 내뒤바 신다 첨부 변경 파바 루저 당 제이 서버 파바 도메니 제 랑스 남바 당치 집에 산르비 쇼 주기 출루 셔보서 진양설은 베진바 당치 마창와 메바 뒤바 추부 제제 예동게 님부 치도 뒤바 되니 장가라마 중가바 침비 다 레히 표도 좋아 다일레히 전부 나이나네 니 상추 랑지 드마스 체체 전부가 이거니 잡아도 법이 니 상추 랑리 전부 왔다는데 다 해자기 주 뭐마디 대지 다 대답이 다 랑리 때다 셔보 주자 제바나 셔보 총원진 전부 송다 된리게 나래다 단다 셔본진기 추고 셔본진 때려야다 denje la soba ta tenju so yore te ta tanda ka so pa ba ani lendre ke namja ta lendre ke namja te ani ta shata mambo yebi na ne ta tele chelo duni ne ge ilani chuson so so ba na yin che ne ani gyawa cho ta me gyawa cho se ta to me gyawa cho de ya bo che nyo so tu ba yin na ani me gyawa cho pam bi ge gyawa cho da rang gi chi he yung do tende so taba jawa kacha tupe ke ndo tang ani jude tang ani jaga papi yuta pe kanchen ke shaba tambe nzepi tencho ka yon so zobali ya ani meki chu sewate ani ngaran so ta roto shwa yinanda roto ma shwa chimba yinanda ani shatang ke chi yaro shozong ge toni inanda megi chu pad yabuchi pamba ina ota yaro shozong da de chandu yore ani chi chue kenle nanda chue kemle nanda tangje ge megi chu de pamba ina ani shi chogu chele ya je zambuchi da ni yabuchi da ani ji noda mepa rangje tangchi shibu yongade da nyoye nexi chi chadu yore Tende sonsan, njiten mecho ga ondo sheba ina ya megi cho de pangwa. Ta tambil hache ga ondo sheba ina megi cho de pangwa. O tende chandere. Tende yinde pöge choje sonsen gambe, hache gyawa cho, mecho tsama churu se tende chinso na yoro. Tende de megi cho se de, ngwa shebi ke tone, de pang tuba ina, ta ngana tone di sangi du, hima nga ndele ya, megi cho de ya po che pang tuba ina, 아니 쳐봐 나다 지 차투그룹 매게 좋잖아 매게 좋어야 돼서 밤 못해 왔잖아 다 추어서보 다 나랑서 타바진 비추 타바진 비추 놀이야다 현도 사바니 상주그 생겨 거다 사무동반이게 거다 아니 대놀이야다 하라면 하이게 거 다 주디히 어다 때서 세보지는 시린도 조리 나서랑 유여서 어다 간에 나서랑 바이나야 매겨줘도 비다지 빠빠마티 바이나 그래 줘봐 세den기 뒤쪽에 말해서 근데 얘도 매겨줘도 인지 미니 아니 샤세 수이나 아니 방가다 하자 기cham바 인상 어다 매겨줘 아니 담보 시바지 아니 시 차이제래 매겨줘도 레레레레인데 막 아니 지 방가 어다 대기cham버에서 어다 대기줘야 담보
Yes, okay. So Gishila just started this class from the verses from the Lamrim that here the teaching I will explain is how fortunate beings are led to Buddhahood by the way to stages to the path to enlightenment. So here Gishila has when he was trying to when he was started the class he tells that Lama Tsongkhapa had mentioned have written the five great textbook five great textbook on the Buddhism and on them one is the Lamrim Chenmo. So in this, he have given the real definition of the Buddhism and the Buddhist teaching. So in there, the three main concepts discusses about the in these three main some the concept are discussed is about the part of the person with the lower beings, a part of the person of the lower wheels, and then the middle, and then the greater one. So right now we are going with the class. We are going with the discussion on the class is on the with the middle one. So the part of the person of the middle person. So when you are when he was teaching on this, he said that in the part of the middle one, there's a concept of the Four Noble Truths. So, and the current we are talking about the cause and effect, the karmic concept of this section. So when we are talking about karmic concept, they are the concept of the we have to talk on the 10 virtuous state and 10 non-virtuous state. So okay, so if you want to know about the 10 proper knowledge on the 10 virtuous state, it is very important to it is fundamental to know about the 10 non-virtuous state. And from the Buddha and many scholars has mentioned about the 10 non-virtuous states, and have mentioned in their sutras and their texts in about the 10 non-virtuous state and virtuous state. And so if an individual person is able to eliminate all the 10 non-virtuous state, if it perfectly eliminate all the 10 non-virtuous state, then whether he accept the religion or non-religion, it is very essential. And if he eliminate it, then he become that individual person become it is considered as a good human being if he doesn't do any of the 10 non-virtuous state. So even a person individual, even a person who is uh, uh, okay, even a person, even any individual who is practicing the Mahayan Buddhism, or even is practicing any Tantrism, or even is practicing a Buddhism, if he have not able to practice to eliminate the 10 non-virtuous state and to practice the 10 virtuous state, then it is not considered a practice or a proper dharma. So even though it is also that the king of the Tibet, Songtsen Gampo, he has also because it is very important that the king of the Tibet, early king of the Tibet, Songtsen Gampo, he also mentioned about this when he was telling like the 10 virtuous deeds as a word deed or character of the god and god or goddesses, and Michi Sama Tutu Regula and okay, and then 16 characteristic or 16 deeds of the human beings. So characteristics and deeds of humans. So due to the importance of the virtuous deeds, the king also, Tibetan king also, Songtse Gampo also mentioned on this thing. So, okay. Tijela gila karsuina Songtse Gampo tijela.
다 선자 감베 매치 겨와 추다 매치 참마 추주 돼서 나서 나겨 송여레스
Now, only
다 됐어 어때 된데 다 매기 추세야데 다 추켈레난다 멜레난다 어다 칭바 인난다 칭바 자 조중이나 차총 그 송거지레스
so that's why the non-virtuous deeds should be like whether you accept any religion or whether you are a monk or a lay person. So it is very essential for anyone to just to not to practice the 10 non-virtuous deeds and have to practice the virtuous deed.
매기 추데 ป้อมมา 투바체네 내가 타바첸비 추체요 상추세 가오요 돈이 가오요 다나게 상한 나서라요세 지 칸던다 지 저분다 칸데 제바 있나요 아니 쳐바 내마치 쳐바 삐다버지 차요 말이에요.
So, if an individual person who have not able to who have not able to eliminate the non-virtuous state and who have not able to practice the 10 virtuous state, and even he say like I'm a practitioner of Mahayana Buddhism, or I'm a practitioner of the Tantric Buddhism, it won't be he won't be considered as a pure Dharma practitioner because he have not able to eliminate the 10 non-virtuous state.
엘렘바이나타 나네세한테 매기 추파한테 나네 노기파 지 가르세기 기체효지 찬이어레스 다다 매기 추데 파파한테 매기 추파 추치소세 다 하바 속에 나네세한테 담불 하바 추춘기 나네세 추춘기 나네지야 매기 추데서 방고를 추방고 추춘 나서랑 바이 매기 추방바이나 아타 하바 속에 나 추춘 파신기 나네 찬이어레스 내가 나긴 게 가서 벨렌바이나 게몬 다보 기순 다보 로드 쇼한테서 지 다미 좀 가운세 치마자바이나 다 그러게 기축이 동바 게노고 동바 대수 송유야 인상 수춘기 나네데 아니 제규열에서 다 던져지는 마시기 봐도 던져지는 송케트서 임바이나 하장게 나네 세톰 제규열에서 가르사나 수춘기 나네데 샤부치 사마임바 나치 사마임바 로치 사마임바 로니 사마임바 마시기 봐도 어떤 수춘이 소인상 수춘기 나네 다 제규열에서 때 나네데 깔을 가시지 찬이열에서 나라서 나와 지니지다 로지니지다 근데 샤부치 자마 제 강자 저 샤부치는 민자 좀을 제바이나 대처야 뒤서 통동지리에서 단다게 수춘기 나는 메시지를 봐 수춘 송아 되었대 나는 배 가시지 찬이열에서 때 나네데 나네 바삐다고 유림보 어따 된리지 찬이열에서 나네서 때 인지 미니 지야 잡훈하보다 근데 매매 롬바네야 지 소소치네 되는 강자자 된리기 장바 말해서 나네리야 수춘 게 나네 상대게 나네 싫어게 나네서 나네 리문다요레스
Okay, so when you are Krishna said that that's why the practices of cultivating the virtuous state and not to eliminate the non-virtuous state is basic for of the like all the practices. So even among them, it is considered in training. It is considered training of discipline. So when you are doing this, it is training of discipline, the practice of discipline. So Krishna mentioned that even there are some novice monk and there are the monks and nuns. So even they are not, even like some of the monks and nuns are not doing meditation, they are not doing a practice on meditation, but still that they are doing a practice, they are practicing on their discipline. So they are always carrying the discipline practice of their, and it is considered that practicing of discipline is one of the most difficult tasks. So like, for example, he mentioned that even you into a meditation, it is like for 1 month or 2 months. So within that 1 month or 2 months, you will do meditation. After that, like you don't have to do continuously, but the training or the discipline training, it is like you have to do continuously till till your until the until your end of the your lifetime. You have to continue with your discipline practice. So it is considered a very tough one. And even like some person who just stay on the mountains and on a hill area, just in a cave and do meditation. It is just for the short momentary times they are doing the meditation. Before that, later they will come back. But the thing over the doing our like training and practicing on the discipline is like you always have to continuously do. So the monks and nuns who have taken the vows are always under the practice of the training practice of the discipline. One is the most tough and most difficult one. So it is, and it is also the most fundamental and the basic for all the practices. Down to let's have some.
Yeah, that kind of just on about to be some Shanchu, Lamrim Chenmo get that Chanima Shugins. That kind of make it to the machine, make it to Telia, and then Depa Nansel Chechung Yoba, Pelena, Sochelia, Sochege, Depa Telia, Depa Chechung. Or there are now again Majimba Lemba Telia, Depa Nanse Chechung Yoba. Or Tini the kind of Shotsares. That's one by Longere. Longere, there, ye gone Depa Chawa. O tendo yores, yala go goni deba chawa, nemi bi goni deba chawa, o sa tendo yore, tendo yidu, lonyen te yi goni deba chawa te kare sana, ane lonyen shesa yu ma yiba, ranga, sheba yina ranga ma liya lonyen cheba yina deba chi yores. Ta pome yina ranga pata, lonyen cheba yina ta deba chenbu cha yores. Ta nangin te tang zhawa sheba yi jubi chungas. Ta sheba yina sosu gi topo, o ta chambu shebu yoke tetsu gi degi ni jemele ya lonyen cheba yina deba chia cha yores. Ani taga nangyen gi gelon mali ya lonyen cheba yina deba chambu. Ani gelon ma, ta kanta rodo shungi gi ta gelon ma gitsu ma yore, tetsu le ya lonyen cheba deba cha. Ome yina, ani ta gelon ta gitsu ta genhen ta, o tendre tsule ya tetsu ta nang to lonyen cheba yina deba cha yores. Tene yala gwani deba cha wa tele, yala ma yinba, ani ya kale ya ma tsamba shoba no yin. O tetsu deba cha wa res. Ta tu ma yinba deba cha tong kare san, tu ma yinba, ani ji nune raba tang, tesha so jogo, domba lang bi kale ya, domba lang yin bi kale, ani lonyen cheba yina deba cha yores. O tu chu gwani deba cha. Ta na yinge, sheba yina rangi, ani ji jeme tetsu, bugu ya xia kaman raba tetsu le ya, ni yang me zamba xio na te long yin cha de lo, yin deba chemu cha yores. Zhuma dawa cang, zhuma dawa cang se, pome bugu ya ken, tan dawa gu ya cang ni xia kaman raba te. Ani ji rangi jeme nepa le ya me zamba xio na, ta tetsu pasho, pome tetsu na kanyi yu yin sara, o deri. Ta pome yin na, daga rang jibari ta pasu. Ne mi ba sa, ta sani, 최대지 내고 당선 다 최대 잡으여서 칠래야 아니 로인 제주 말때 로인 대바차 겐디지 근거로 아니 것이 겐디지 근거로서 아니 잡아도 사게 겸바 어다 자샤 어다 됐을이야 아니 님은 잡으셔나 내기 전에 대바치서 그랬어 된지지 다 로인 기게 되지 주시다
So, can you please show the PDF of the Lamrim Chenmo PDF? We last class we just completed the page 229. Yeah. So Gishla just started with the class. So we came at the Gishla mentioned that we came at the section misconduct on the second paragraph. The section misconduct. So you can see. Yeah. So Gishla mentioned has taught that. Okay. We have completed, when we are talking about the 10 weightiness of the 10 non-virtuous state, we have completed with the concept of the about the stealing and then about the stealing. Now we come with the sexual misconduct. So sexual misconduct is a weighty due to its basis. Its basis is sleeping with those whom you should not have intercourse with, your mother, those who are her relatives, the wives of the man who are your close friends, nuns, probationary nuns, and female novices. In terms, it's inappropriate body part, sexual misconduct that is weighty due to its basis is oral intercourse. So here the Kishila, when he was trying to describe it, he tell like when you are talking about the witness of sexual misconduct is if you do if the misconduct, the action is when the action is done with your mother or with someone or the wife of some of your friend or your mother's relative, or with a nun, with some of the with having a nun or monk who is having a vow, and then okay, then also like or not on like if in some improper places, and also like if you are like on some improper time, like when some person is under the fasting, or in a like some person is in under the some improper time, like when some person is having a 1 day vow or some person having a fasting. So on that, it is like if you conduct this action, then it is considered as a very weighty one. And also like in terms of improper time, it is intercourse is with one observing as a 1 day vow. And a pregnant woman at the end of the term, when a person is pregnant and like about like after some like 1 or 2 months she's about to give a delivery at the end of the term, or one who is ill or the person is ill, in terms of the inappropriate place, in terms of the place, it is said that if intercourse is happen in some place near the stupas or within the compound of the community, or within the compound of the monasteries or nunnery, then it is considered a very weighty one. Now,
다 테네 다 류게 남바송데 차지 다 류게 남바송은 소처바 마진바 남바니 칸효쇼 찬다 다 단다 로엔디 쇼차지 다 준이레 마기 히노니 준 주이힐 치와네 소르 켄 디지 로안데베스 더 몬베 주마와 당스 다옌 디지세데 옌 고코톤 옌 고코톤 데비 토네 조체 몽비게 토네 단다 몽비게 토네 깨차 파쇼던 고코톤하게 줌하와데 줌이고 데바쳐 다 나오긴 게 아니 랑게 파만 고코톤 파말 줌라바네 양 이고 데바쳐 데니 캠보톤 랑가 라마톤 데니 자총바톤 아니 상추 삼바톤 데니 상지 어다 대출이야 아니 줌라바이나 다 줌 데바쳐 요래 Zambutan Zawalamata, Zambutan said, Me Yarolia, young Julaba in the mid delicate debacha. Zawala Mata and Zawa said, Soso the Lota Nebo, Chambo, or Tendi by Delia Julaba in the Jun Yukon debacha. Then so joba so soon, Chiva Sheba Mawas. So joba the chi, Mansamba Shobadani, Majimba Lamba Sungora, that's so. 소초 첨부 면라보세야 돼 대바 첨부라 아니 처음에 된리기 시에 챗도 줄라다 메시지 챗도 줄라네 왔다 때세 그런 규수인데 주몽블러 주세 몸보겐 왔다 때도 줄라바 줄데 희고 대바죠 다 나오긴 게 마진 발랑 바이나 마진 발랑 챗도니 주몽블러바 대바죠 로잉 지체도 다 뭔가히 카데부 현에 현래야 는 고고 돈인데 줄라고라 다때서 이거는 대바쳐와래 소치와셔 봐 마오스 겐디 예이 셔르 주마네 통제지노니 쳐오스 다 겐디치 데 겸바 카나야 잡아 먹어야 돼 겐디치 데르 다 겸바 노래 되네 잡아 때서 노큐레야 마찬가지 쇼니바 텐데 찬데 켄기 준 첨부 마바이나 다준 노게 대바 체휴 드리세 겐디치 엔샤바사 대 참여레데 대바 참여 다 주노네 대바 체휴데 겐디치 엔 제네 준드리에서 겐디 예이시스 겐디파 카카 쇼니파 차리 미팅바 차니 쇼니파 텐데 체 차이차도 준하데 준노네 아타 대바 체휴 드리에서 어때서 그랬지 죄나
Laongila. So now Krishna has mentioned that we have we have just completed with the section of the about the concept of the stealing, and last class we completed the concept of the stealing and the killing, about the basis of the how the stealing and killing become witness in terms of the basis. We have completed with the stealing and the killing. And now, and today, just now we completed with the how the sexual misconduct become weighty on in terms of the basis. Now we come with the concept with the verbal section, about from 10 non-virtuous states, three non-virtuous states in terms of the body has completed. Now we come with the verbal section. The first is the lying. So when the lying on in terms of the basis, due to its basis, it become weighty by through the design, the diluted and deceiving or telling lies with many purpose, telling lies to those who have helped you, or from parents through a Buddha to the good person to friends, and telling to lie to that give rise to one or more or three weighty action like killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. Okay, and telling a lie in order to split apart the community in a weightiest among all these. So here it is mentioned that if you just lie, if you tell lie through the desire to delude or deceive, here Krishna mentioned that if the lying comes for just to fool other, just to deceive other, if you are lying due to that, then it is become a very weighty. So the very weighty, and these are and also the telling lies to your to person who help you, like for example your parents from help you, and from your parents through and to your parents and to the Buddhas and to the good persons, like to those who have done good to you and those who are naturally good person, and to your friend who are friend. And if you tell lies, then it is just to fool them, and if you tell lies, then it become very witty. And telling lies that give you rise to one or more or three witty actions. For example, like Krishna mentioned that when you are there are three body non-virtuous deeds like killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. If you for this action, if you just lie, then it becomes very weighty. For to just to steal something and you lie to some other person, it is considered as a very weighty one, non-virtuous state. And if you if you to kill something, to kill someone, if you just lie to complete the action of killing, you lie to someone, then it is considered as a weighty. And also it goes same with the sexual misconduct, and also like in telling lie in order to split the apart the community in a weighties among all. So Gishla mentioned that though that we consider like killing of human is also considered as a very heaviest like one of the heaviest non-virtue and very weightiest among the weighty. It is become the most weightiest, most weighty. And among this, and there's a telling lie in the split apart the community is the weightiest among all of this. So if someone lies just to separate a group of them, division of the monks. If an individual have lied just to divide the monks society, then it becomes monks or nuns society. It becomes the weightiest one, most weightiest one, the heaviest one. So it is also it is considered as the most heaviest one. So if someone lied just to split the communities here mentioned like the communities of monks and nuns. If someone just lied to divide the monks and nuns, or monks divide the monks and split the monk society, then it is considered as the heaviest. Now the assassin.
Oh, teach. That's zun. Tama yili chewa sa the country sena. Yu rimbo ni hieba tang set. Yu rimbo ni hieba ta set. Yu rimbo ni soso ribo. Chambu yin somba ina. Ta te yu rimbo ni chambu yin ken te so ma chamba zoba ina. Tama cheba ina. Ta te deba chi chiri. Ichi. Gei hiene tang se. Gei hiene tang. Ni patsu chuhi jane tama cheba ina. O ta deba chi chi. Ande pama tang chuhi jane. Ande 소소 침바이나 소수 파마도 보고 받을 주희자 마찬가지로 참아죠. 겐디 잡았다 공리 겐디 제스 겐디 엔선도 다때 준다 참아닌 게와 말에 주인 이게 참아야 이게 내가 이게 요 어들 겐디 엔시베에 준대서 참아당 ni zuni ko chaner hotel ni luji sun chewa shepi chamasa luji sun sa de sto choba de pa chembo mesa na da chomba sa na pama sa yingi sei cheto ani chamaji ada da na yingi ani loye da loye sa da loye no de pa chekhe de ani da chomba mayora da chomba ta ani kyo mata 상추 세마 라서 대처리야 로엔 지와 대처 로엔 오게 대바 체크로 아니 마신 발람바타 대바 체크데 다어 갈세다 캠보다 라마기 히네다 이니 겐듀기 제대서 고마저대서 또 덴르기 치도 참아지야 주라 대처 참아데 아니 참아데 바 체크를 해서 소지와시비 참아오 어떻게 주이나
Lasula. So now we come with the section on decisive speech. So the decisive speech, on the basis of it, in terms of basis, it has become very weighty. Weighty that splits apart those who have been friends for a long time, teachers, parents, and their parents and their children, and on the community and decisive speech that give right to the weighty action, three physical actions. So here Geshe-la mentioned that this is a speech has become a weighty on its basis is if you make a disease speech in terms to just to split the two close friend for a long time, if you just try to separate them and you just mention some decisive speech, then it is considered as a weighty one. And also if you make some harshful or decisive speech on your teachers and parents, and also to divide the parents and their children, you make a decisive speech, it is also considered as a weighty one. And also here the community, it's mentioned that Geshe-la mentioned the communities, when you are like in a community like Sangha communities, like communities of monks or nuns, if you just do some decisive speech in terms of the which led to the separation, which make a separation of the community of monks or community of nuns, which will lead to the division among the community of monks or nuns, then it is considered, or division between the monks and nuns, or division between communities of monks, or either or for the communities of nuns, it is considered as a VT one. So it goes same for the like last as a previous one we just mentioned about the like lying to separate the when you lie to separate or divide the communities of the monks or the communities of nuns, just lying for that, then it is considered a very weighty. The same goes for this one. If you mention any speech which lead to the division of the community of Sangha members, or division of the Sangha members, or division of the community of monks or nuns, and it becomes both a decisive speech and lying, it considers as a both. So now community and decisive speech that give right to the weighty action. So any speech, decisive speech which lead to the any of the three weighty physical actions, such as lead to the killing, lead to the sexual misconduct, or lead to the stealing. So in terms of killing, it is like if the disease speech make lead to the killing of your parents or killing of the arhat beings, so it is considered the most weighty one. And if the disease speech is some which cause the sexual misconduct of the to the other or to your parents, then it is considered the most weighty one. And if the disease speech lead to the stealing of your gurus or the monastic belongings or your gurus belonging, it is considered the most weighty one. Now,
oh yeah, that Jun Tamachi, that is somebody Tsu Ngagi number Yinan. That Ngagi number Yinan, that somebody Tsu, and Yeli Chiva the Karasana. Pamala Sotan, Lama Tabala Mawatan, Yan Tabata, Tekonami, Zuji Tsubo Mawatan, no so to Hivat, Showata, Jeka Mawa, was what I did. That the Carson Yersena, around Pamale Tsu. Pa ma ni Kembo, Loben, Rangi Gi, Lama Tabula Mawatan, so what the Tulia Tsu Lava in the Tsu Yi got in Devacho. Pelamba, Rangi Pama Yimbata, Rangi Pama Maimba Nilia, Tsu Lava Chipachijan Yinaya, Rangi Pama Tsu Lava de Devacho, Yi got in Devachas one is. ane ranga lama tabala mawa ta deba chewachi, yi gun deba chewachi. Tene yang taba ta, te kwana mibi zuchi, yang taba mayinba, ta pele na mi tang tang ya na, che lungwa resha se ya na, ke leka yabu che ya na, yang che leka yabu che ma su, che me dupcha rese, yang taba yinba la, yang taba mayinba rese tsu maa, ta tuan zun jabu cha ra, ina zun de yang, ke hang ju kuru yo ju, tanda mde ju ma re, kwa tsu re, pare po san le ya po yi che to lo ra, san le nyo yi che to. Te kwana mi pi zun chi se, ta zun yin jabu ra te, si tsobo maa tas. Ngo so do xia ta, ngo so do xia ta se na, ka tu pa xia xia tang, cho ta tang. O ta tenri ki tsi tsu pa sho, ndo di na pari pi san le ya, shibun dan di kente, deba cher ta. Xia wa tang. Sho wa tang se, xia wa ta, sho wa ta se, che pa kari yor se. Cho ta tong hi jine pa pa shu ya nang yi ta. Jeka ma wa se, jeka se a de, a ta, che tang jeka se a de, ndere ta. Yabu che na che ma song, o ta kar lo, zambu che na zambu che ma song se, tenri drabu ta, ane lapa to, shopa, lepi ki cha, kar che yaba na, te yabu che ma song se, te rishita jeka se de, chanka ki je ma re, jeka se de, de chanka je che che jeka se de. Yige da nimba re, pyo ke na hamu kongi da nimba le ya, ane jeka se che. Kanta che paro dira tonga de jeka la war. Dira tonga chiyora.
Dira nana gila.
Dira sa de, na che dongye yi, che sayi yin, to yin sa na, ko cha de kengi zoa chiyora. O tele ya jeka la war. O tere, jeka sa mata chanka jeka cha ma re, se o ta tenri che, kanta che ranga pama ta kempo ta lobe le ya, eni tenri che ba ina, o ta depa che o ta tere, yi gun depa che wa. Na ko zonga. Tene zo so karish ngo so de jeka ma wa wo so ta jeka sa de changka je mare dira tong te su che ro chi zu ma de are po der chan de ken ge chi de he na ta bla yo ra o ta te su chi zu te su no jeka ma wa wo se ro de ta chi zu de chi ju she de
So now we come at the concept with the term of offensive speech. So offensive speech, when Kishila has mentioned the offensive speech, is the in terms of the basis, it become weighty through the like when you make an offensive speech to your parents and like or some of our parents, and in terms of if you consider like parents and non-parents, if you make a offensive speech to the your own parent, then it becomes very weighty and then it is witty okay in parents and some artists and like and someone like your guru or offensive speech would with untrue or inaccurate lie. So if you make offensive speech with someone your guru and offensive speech of offensive word with untrue, like for example if someone is not blind and you just make offensive speech of oh you are blind, can you can't see that like this thing, then it is considered offensive one. And even some person who have always punctual with their work and who is always good person and who is very truthful with what he is doing, and even he is like that, but still you just make a speech or harsh speech, offensive speech, or oh you are not doing this and that, and just to make just to tell even you don't know, but the person in reality he is like a very honest with his work, still you are saying that you are not good in and making offensive speech, it is also considered a weighty one. And which is in real it is not true, it's untrue and inaccurate light. If so if it's not a complete true and it is inaccurate and it is considered offensive. So main is like offensive speech when you are making these speeches just to hurt the other person mentally, when you are just trying to hurt the emotions and mentally hurt or you want to emotionally hurt that person, it has become an offensive speech. So it become very weighty when it is like you strongly hurt, like if you strongly and you if you strongly hurt emotionally and mentally to hurt other person, such a speech is called as a weighty one, offensive which is weighty one. And also Okay, and then directly scolding, criticizing, and reproaching. So reproaching. So it is mentioned that Gisela mentioned that when you make a offensive case, like directly you just scold someone, you just directly say something, and also like when you are just criticizing, and even sometimes like when you are making decisive offensive speech, but just saying like while you are beating someone and you are simultaneously you are just saying the this speech to that other person, and this is considered a witty one. Here in Tibetan, there is a mention of the term gay. Gay, it is though in English translation it is not mentioned here. So the gay, it is normally the gay is normally we in Tibetan it is considered as a number eight, number eight. But here it doesn't means number eight. It just means like same like a criticizing here, like mentioned like about criticizing or reproaching. So it is mentioned like when you say someone that I will in an offensive speech, you will just say I will kill you or I will beat you or something like that. It is considered as a offensive weighty one. It is considered as a weighty offensive speech. Now in that's awesome.
다 준치 다 타마치 다 치수 다 준, 나게 넘버 히노 다 타마들이 나치래야 아니 이거는 대바체 체효도 가르선 주도 마와서 송치 나치치 지연은 하게 놓어서 다 나치를 주 나치 주도 타마 치수 때서 나치 차려요 자 있잖아요 나치 기시라래 대쪽에 지연 대바체 중에 하마는 일해서 준 타마 치수수 대바 이걸 대바체 와서 지혜 차송한테 제발해서 어머다 창조와다 저바다 제발라 땜비 치치와다 차센지 쇼리비 땡저 로바소다 파마다 네도다 라마다 볼라 디메다 쫀조와다 치게라다 메샤와 조바 오세 어따테레 따테 가르선 다 개차데 히요들 나치는 다 마저로 아니 지컵 펜스 맞추 저르사 롱바 펜스레야 저르 저르사 메 펜스 친상 펜스 발레야 메창 바다 세레고 지세 파세 저저 된게 펜스 추바 저 된게 거기 디바 해바네 디 나체테 이게 건 디바쳐 되니 아니 다 나기게 창조는 다 맨일 소리야 저데 매 파쇼되게 쇼엔데르여 야쇼된데라 마쇼되는 고마저 파쇼되게 메세레 세테데 전에 야다게 창조 야다게 쇼주 된게 나체데 야 이게 건데 받쳐 창조와 저바 당세다 다 펜수 저바 저리게 노스 녀자 라고도 코니 펜수 마창바레 샤세 된데 야 나체 해봐 있는 때 나체데 이게 건데 받쳐 이제 발라 땡비 치치와 당시 저바다 제세다 다 대들이다 윤제세다 마트서 마추나자 윤제세다 대좀 잡아 저바다 제바다 des 마추다 장제 잡아서 땡비 치 나체에서 대바차지 대대는 차생지 시립이 땡저 로바당스 차배 끈을 하네 아니 시립이 땡저 다 시립이 땡저 라면다 여라 마기 땡저 마조로 저도 간데 이미 땡저 다 나긴 게지 메상버쇼 통고 토네야 땡저 땡저 장우라 땡지기 땡저 라서바 다 땡지기 시립이 땡저 세난다 최도 미투비기 아니 배차대서 로바이나 대서 아니 마치 대바치 휴잖아요 땡주 시르비 땡주 로바스다 파마다 네도 당스 아니 랑게 파마다 소시 빔피제다 랑게 라마 타블이야 딜레다 따데 랑게 파메게 메제라 파게 메제라 마게 메제라 빈제게 메제라 아니 랑게 라미게 션데도 라마게 데르 체가 라메 야바 체문사노 덴르게 게차 해바이나 나체테 데바치 그래서 쫀저와다 딜레다스 딜레서데 디츠게 션주아데 쫀저와 당스를 대출이야 먹가이지 통충잡부지에 기계셔야 쫀저와 당스 다 치게 랑당 미샤와 조바 오세 다 치게 랑세 데데 네 야쇼데 개차야 부케 유모도 마쇼케 무세 텐데다부지 미샤와 조바서 정보 많이 받나기 덴바 많이 받나기 텐데치 멘데 정보 레모도 파게 정보 문제 마가 정보 문제세 어다 미투바 야부 문제바 텐데 히야바테서 아니 나치 대초 이유 거네 나치 대바체크 아니 말아서 되지 중이 열었다 중우지 도 세레 거로 메세로 다지 꼬마 저러게 된지 중뭐 보여 중 팬도 매게 어 대초 중 대초 나치 찬데 야 배우는 링께서 그 중세 뭐 보여 중 대초 나치 인수해 뭐 보여 양님께서 걸으셔도 샤바담바 인수한테 사이찬에 벨렌 님께서 그좀 화다링 마추처럼 링다니 단종 지로 다 라서바 다 텐데 뭐부지 마추처럼 그 뭐부여 때 당체 아니 같이 찬디어서 대서 로야 마기 대체 로바이나 메테 롱 차부차인 거 근데 이제 같이 대서 해요 말해서 다 같이 대서 대파 쳐버렸어요 또 뒤로 다 대치지
Now, Angela. Okay. So, now we came with the concept of senseless speech. So it is mentioned that senseless speech is weighty due to its basis as its follows. So like same like the earlier one, when we are talking about the other ones, so it goes same like here. The weight of the speech, senseless speech of the three other not like the weight of senseless speech of the three other non-virtuous vocal action like lying and so forth is above. So kila thangbo di kare ngake ki shini chiwa ni jinma soksum da ngake ki chiya yang ngar shina na shiri chikpa ina re gila thangbo di la
상당 준 나치 진도아
no
준도 마와 소송세 준 차마 치추송도아
no
그래서 준도 마와 송세 준 차마 치추송
no
대 준래야 나치 찬데 준양 공래 이거니 지와 카시 진도아 벨레나
no
견디 인셔죠 어때 나치 지와도 집에 지쳐래서 아니 차마도 나치 차이 차마도 대가랑 나치 건 대바 체크 아니 치추 야다 공래야 파마다 라마다 마데 대바 체크 준 치추 이거 대바 체크 송바나게 대 나치를 대가랑 레서 파마 인 와세들
Okay, so here when it is mentioned that during the senseless speech, when yes, it's the weight is follow the weight of senseless speech of the three of other non-conscious vocal action like lying and so forth is above. So here it is mentioned like in the when you are talking about the previous three verbal non-conscious like lying, decisive speech, and offensive speech. When you are talking about the basis of it, due to its the wittiness due to its basis, so it is like when you are trying to lie, when you lie with your parents, and when you lie to Buddhas, and when you lie, when you make a dishonest speech to your parents, and when you make an offensive speech to your parents or something. So it also goes similar to the senseless speech, and it also goes similar, and also it becomes like a senseless speech, or also it becomes a BT of the senseless speech. So and non-virtuous state and other action beside that, there are other action of senseless speech such as beside the lying and decisive speech, offensive speech, wittiness of its basis as a parents, and it also comes under the senseless speech, wittiness of senseless speech. And beside that, there are other actions such as senseless speech that are witty due to their basis includes a senseless vote based on fighting, fault finding, dispute, and division, such as activities that reaching the treaties of non-Buddhists with an attitude of attachment, ridiculing, taunting, and speaking inappropriate towards parents, kings, people, and someone like your guru. So here, Gishila has mentioned that senseless speech, some of the senseless speech which led other person to fight, which led the other person to fight, which these speeches which led people to fight with each other, and which led to find the other person's fault when those speeches led other person like what are the other finding the faults of other person, and which creates a dispute or which creates just a division. These are considered a very weighty one, weighty senseless speech. So weighty senseless speech, and they are like there are some of the texts, some also with some of the readings of the some of the non-Buddhist texts, which is like with the carrying of attitude, attachment, taunting, or speaking inappropriate to your parents. Again, And there are like some beside that there are such activities of reading about the non-Buddhist texts, such as the text on how which teaches how to fight, which is not related to any Buddhist religious practice, and there are texts which related to about the how to do sexual misconduct, and about which is, and any text which is not related to the Buddhist religious practice or Buddhist text, which is considered as those texts as considered those kind of texts lead to the senseless speech. Those texts are considered as senseless speech. The speeches which are written are considered as senseless speech. And then beside that, they are like. And they are like when you make a speeches such as when you just blame your family, when you just blame your parents, and when you just blame your cousins and relatives, and when you just say like, oh, they have not done this much for me, or they have not done this much for me, and when you just blame your gurus and just humiliate them, and just telling that they are not honest with me, and they have not they have been partiality or something, you mentioned that this, it becomes a senseless speech, and it just become witty one. And then and in terms of the about the text, when you are talking about the like how the text become like senseless speech, is like there are some stories in also in Tibet, like there's the story of the Ling Keser Kebo. So he was though some people consider he as a great renowned like a great person, or like great scholar, or great person. He was considered as a great person, but it is also accepted that some people consider him as a great person, but it is also accepted there's stories about him fighting with the Horde people of the Horde, and these are considered as these texts are these stories are considered as a senseless speech. These stories related are considered as the senseless speech. And why the stories of the war is considered as a senseless speech is, it is because Kishla mentioned that it is because the concept of the war and the concept of war and the stories which related to the war, it arose the anger in the person. So it is considered it rose the negative emotion of anger. So it is considered as a senseless speech. Gila Sasu.
ngāge nāmbā ki tā tsāche, tā yīche nāmbā sōng rī. Tā yīche nāmbā sōng ki nānga tā tāmbu dzūng, tā nām sē, nē sē, lō tā sōng chi nānga, tā nām sē rī. Nām sē yī lī chi wā te, gendū chi dē tāng chi, chö tēng chi kō, gendū chi kōr sē. Gendū chi kōr, chö tēng chi kō lō rī. Tā gendū chi kōr sē te, gendū chi dzē, gendū sē na gyōmbā, tā chābā yorā. Tabi ki tsopa tele gendu segir. Taba genu ye chele ya gendu lawur. Tetsu ki ze yoje tetsu tang korsa tetsu ki yoje tetsu re. Ta belana gyomba chasang ki jo ngu tang ane chi jo yora ta pen jo yora. Ta tetsu gendu chi dapu jayi ki ta ngopo tetsu le gendu chi korsa. Choten chi koro sa te ta belana doji dengi choten le ya pyu yuge, ta naongi tenpa le pyu yuge, ta ngui la soba ya te ni choten chi koro zete. Ta lasi cho le ya pyu yuge, ngui la soba te so choten chi koro zete. Ta tende chi gendu chi anyi ge yuje te so le ya, ane soso ge rando ge namse chi te nge rana san. Choten chi korsa, doji ten sanji le pyu ki ze la so tabu chi, tele ya nam sen she bu chi ya, ta tetsu yi kol deba chi wa. Yoten chi lombes, jebu la so ba ta, tsamba tsoba shoba keba nal he chi ketang, kutin deba was. Sosu lao zhong da tawa ze che ne, shi ngani yo yoten shivu chi yo chan long sen she ne. 아니 롱바롱게 다 지어본 하보다 아니 제 여된제 야다 몸보다 아니 소수게 진짜 제바나요 저 참바 쇼바 대sol래 케바 열었다 대소 케바 레자 해지 캐탄스 해지 캐서 지딘비 표소 소바 코틀레 나 하즈지 코틀레 하즈지 아니야 주변조 용나 상상게 해지 캐서 그때 더버서 코틀레 하즈기 아니야지 아니 요캔 잡았다. 나리 야부제게 코츠를 하지 용나 사서 어때 된게 남생치와 때래 아니 이거는 대바치 와서 희지 켜다 군대도 봐 와서 어떻게 주나
Last Okila. So now we came with the concept of through the three non-virtuous deeds, which is in terms of the mental, because body and speech we have completed. Now it comes to the mind section. So, so when you are when you are talking about when you are talking about this, first is the covetousness. So it is the basis of the due to its basis, it becomes weighty, includes the desiring to offer, desiring the offering made to the community or stupa, and with arrogance about your own good qualities, desiring to receive from kings and alike, and from the learned religious companions, profit and service for your knowledge. So here Geshe-la mentioned that that here the community, when you are saying like monks community, monks and nuns community, it just means that when a community is mentioned as when there's when there's a gathering of the four monks or nuns, four novice monks, or there's four fully devoted monks, or there's a novice monks. So it is considered as that when there's a gathering of four, then it is considered as a monks community. So it is like when there's a minimum number of four, then it is considered a monks community. So when you are taking, when you just when the offerings of them, when they whatever the things that belongs to those monks, if you just desire to have them, and if you desire to have them, and also the offerings to the stupa, for example the stupas of both Gaya stupas, and offering to the Buddha, the Buddha Shakyamuni, offering to the Buddha Shakyamuni inside the both Gaya stupas, and then offering to the Buddha, which the statue of the Buddha, which is reside in the Lhasa temple. So if those offerings, if you just think that if I get those, and if you desire to have these things, then the offering, if you desire to have those things which are made offered to them, it is an offer to the Sangha members. So it is considered as a covetousness. It is considered as a weighty covetousness. And beside that, there are like other things, like if you are arrogant with your, like you are thinking like even you don't have that much knowledge, and you are like very arrogant with how much knowledge you have, and you just consider as you are like more superior, more better than others, and then you just expect like, okay, if I get all those all those material benefits, if I get all those material benefits, if I get all those material things, and if you just think like that, then it's also become what covetousness. Like if you desire to receive from kings and like from non-religious companion, if you think like, yeah, what are the kings and religious companion have, and if I get receive from them, like what they're having, if I receive from them, and then for my knowledge or for my service, if you desire like such thing, it is considered with your greed, then it is considered as covetousness. Now,
다 되니 녀석들이 좋아서 다 녀석들이 좋아도 간다서나 랑 파마당 랑 빙빙체당 랑 라마당 아니 야달이 쉬 내가 치고 내가 지네 돈을 이난다 내가 내가 될이야 녀석이야 아니 저거 또 근데 걔게 봐 카셔부 가운데 걔게 tre바당 대설이야 녀석이야 그냥 바로 보드 나 타바 강에 전부 이렇게 둥현데 걔 대설이야 녀석이야 담보 파마리아 녀센셔 소수 빈빈체레 녀센셔 라마리아 녀센셔바 아니 네바 쳔니 메켄게 센젤레 녀센셔바 아니 조고 또데 켄데 강에 전부 쩨바델레 녀센셔 아니 동해 전부 이렇게 센체데설레 녀센셔 아니 저와타 당세 파 간사 카히 카차보 르여라 카차고 덴젤레 녀센셔 아니 양슈다 이렇게 거 노트다치 주다 소네 아니 제가 양서 샤바 피케야라 저 공부 마상에 줄지 제차서 이 타바네 저 샤바레 저 샤바 제나야 다도텔레야 나 센체나 나 센샤바 어따 때서 녀생기 일지 와서 어디를 녀생기 이건 아니 녀센터서 대파체와래서 어따 때지 주나
So now we come with and from the second one, which is malice. So when you the malice, due to the weightiness of malice, how the malice become very weighty due to its basis is that includes the malice directly towards your parents, kinspeople, and guru, and those without fault, the poor, suffering, pitiful, and those who have done something wrong to you but confess this to you from the depth of their heart. So it is Geshe-la has mentioned that if you made if you have an intention to harm, or if you have a like mindfulness of mind, no, not a mindfulness, it is like your mind with a hatred or just to harm them, like to your parents. If you have a malice thought of towards your parents and those your relatives, and then your gurus, and those people who have never done any mistake, or have not created any mistake, and those who are very poor, and those without any food, and those who are suffering, and they are like and those and those like to whom we feel like pity or mercy, and those who have or those people who have done something to you, something wrong to you or hurt you in earlier, but later they just for like apologize to you and for forgiveness. They just ask for forgiveness, and even then you just have a even they, after they confess of their the wrong, they confess to you about the wrong, and they ask for your forgiveness. And even you even if you have a like feeling of like hurting them, then it is a concept, it is considered as a very witty malice. It is considered a witty non-virtuous.
아야, 다 로타리, 다 메기 주인한 거 타마 로파타와, 로파타와 이게 이거는 로타 대파 체크 가능했잖아. 이게 탕체라 고반대바 쇼바데스. 다 이게 탕체라 고반데서 다 레전드 천에 요 말이서다. 참하만 천에 요 말이서 다 대초니 로타 노게 대파 체크 요레스. 레전드 요 말이서 대파 체크 잔요. 이게 탕체라 고바다. Tene lota yembe cha che lasa lota noke deva chege de legendre mepa tai lota de son oti. Jete na ene drachomba yo mare se na. Yanda ba son ase de ata dere. Ta shimo yo mare se na. Ani yanda ba shuba se de juju dang. 어떤 때문에 간다 파파 요 말이서 나좀봐 요 말이서 양다바 슈바타 매치 마마 양어서 왔다 됐어요 아니 저 로타는 레야 이거는 대바 체크트들이스 다 된데 많이 챙겨 로타 텔레 도바니 아니 로타는 양 대지 대바 총아트들이스 양아 해봐 샤오스 어떤 티지주나
Naskila. So now we came with the concept of the wrong view. Wrong view that are weighted due to the basis, the rejection of all the fundamental religious tenets, that is weighted even than the other wrong views, and also the view in the that in the world is neither arhat, those who have reached reality, or nor those who have entered the reality. Understanding wrong view that are the opposite of these to be lightened. So here it is mentioned that kila lev kundela me parta wa chupura shamba yo mara gila tinana.
또 대바 체크트
So this okay. So here Gishla mentioned that when it is the basis of rejection of all the fundamental religious tenets with that is a way even the other wrong. If you reject, like if you just reject or negate, if you have a concept, if you just reject all the fundamental religious tenet and just all the religious Buddhist religious fundamental religious tenet and just accept this, it is false or this thing, then it is considered as very weighty. And here among them the fundamental religious tenets, among them the most weightiest is if someone have a concept of carrying that there's no causes effect, karma and its action. If they carry the concept of there's no karma and its imprint or its action, if someone carry the thought of there's no karma and its action, then it is considered as a most most weightiest among all the fundamental religious study. It is like most weightiest one. So wrong view, most it is wrong view. And beside all the fundamental religious tenet, if you reject all the fundamental religious, it is considered a weighty wrong view in the terms of basis. And beside them, there are also view in the world that they are like there are people who accept that there's no arhat, there's neither arhat, there's no arya beings such as a path to non-returnal or path to like stream. They're like there are types of aryas. So if you accept that there are no arya, Then there are no Ara, there are no Arya beings such as non part Aryas beings who are in path of non-returner or path of returner. So if they consider as them as if they consider this a non-existent of them, and also the or nor those who have entered the reality, or those like Arya beings who have understand the reality. If someone has see them as a non-existent, or if someone reject them like there's no Ara, there's no Aryas, then it is considered as a wrong view, religious non-view. Understand wrong view that they're opposite. And beside these things, there are other wrong views. There are other wrong which is considered some lighter one as compared to them. Now, Kirasasu.
Oh yeah. That 사용하게 사태 파바 토메기 송지 다 사용하게 지추 조송대에서 다 데바 인한다 개와 인한다 네 전부 주요 송여레스 아때 담보 가리 다가 담보 가리 송어서 오빠 두셔 봐서 되래 오빠 두셔 비고네 데바 쳐와데 다차 컨트롤 아니 때문 송가게 토네 어다 슈 트래픽 토네 아니 다 데파사바이나 데파테 다 가세 교홍고 거니 데파차와 단다차 컨트롤 때서 매비게 토네 천이 매비 토네 개와 두바네 개와테요 아니 지 개와 교홍고 거니 개와 또 차와 어다 텐데 자이레스 지치 대치 줘야네 카트가 줘야네스
Laskila. Okay, so in terms of the now here it is the Arya Asang in his text, the level of yogic days, he speak of 6 ways in which actions are waiting. So when he is saying like 6 ways in which action is waiting, so firstly he mentioned on he mentioned on the conditioning, like action motivated by intense form of 3 mental poison like attachment, anger, and attachment, hatred, and the ignorance are by or which is considered as a very weighty one. With the absence of these things, is considered as a non-weighty one. Now, Kilasasu.
때 가서 개와이 난다 미개와이 난다 교홍게 거니 니또 쳐와 어때래 다 네바텔야 개와이 난다 미개와이 난다 공비 거니 또 쳐와서 때 쳐와서 쳐와래 데바 쳐와 데바 주고 차와 개와이나 개와 주고 차와 어때 다때 간데서 공비 거니서 개와이 난다 미개 개미기 레니 유림보니 균도 때고 내가 모두 셔봐오스 다 개와이나다 개와데 유림보치 텐치 자마이 니 자마이 로네 로chen 유림보치 개와데 개와 또쳐 유림보니 꾼도 댄스 아다 유림보니 개와두 아 미개와이나 유림보 미개와치 공사테 양리한테 제텔 공바치 개와두나 개와리 게 샤와테 공바치나 개와데 또쳐 미개와이나 메가 따바리게 소쳐다버체나 공바치네 때 또쳐 대한 랜장 모두 셔봐서 다 개와이나다 메개와이나다 텐치상 마인바 테마 몸보 개와 두바네 개와데 공비코네 또쳐 메개와이나 메개와 소쳐바다 로엔다 줄라서 아니 마셔발라 타제 테마 몸보 제바이나 아니 공비코네 또쳐와서 자송하래세 어디지지 니빠들
Laskila. So in the first section, I just missed that Kishla has mentioned that in the conditioning, it is about the concept of motivation. So when you are like intention, so when you are talking about intention, if they like if so here the when Asanka has mentioned the like, levels of yogic days, he has just mentioned actions of viti. When it is the action in terms of the if it is action in terms of the non virtuous state, and if it is like very with a heavy intention, if you do it, it is become like that virtuous state is become very heavy one, weighty one action, virtuous state with a weighty virtuous state. If it is done in terms of the intention with the wrong like a non-virtuous in terms of the ignorance, then it becomes if an action is motivated by the in terms of the ignorance, and it is become like a if it is goes with a non-virtuous state, then it becomes a heavy one. So first is in terms of conditioning or through the intention. Now it becomes a habituation. So habituation, when you are continuously doing something again and again, it becomes your habit. So it becomes like frequently doing and becoming used to and deeply involved in either virtuous or non-virtuous action for a long time. So here the both virtuous and non-virtuous come. Like if someone has practiced the virtuous state for a long time and for years and years, he is doing like virtuous states again and again, the virtuous state again, and then it is become a very weighty. Even he do a virtuous state due to his habit of doing virtuous state, the virtuous state become a very weighty one, the positive one. But if you are like doing the habit of doing like something non-virtuous state again and again, then this non-virtuous, if you do some non-virtuous action for a long time, like same again and again, then it become like it just become a heavy one in terms of negative one, in terms of like non-virtuous state. If you do again and again for due to your habit, if you do again and again for long term, then it is considered as a heavy non-virtuous state. So it is considered in terms of the action. So if the one person is not for the it is not about the this habitation is not about the one time doing. It is like again and again you have to do it just to lead to the habit of doing that action. So it is like if you do the action, if you do having a habit of doing good things again and again, then it become like heavy virtuous. If you are doing bad thing again and again and non-virtuous action, then it become like a heavy non-virtuous action. Now kila sasu.
다 테니 somba tele ngo ni chi gone depa gyawa kare chechunde lunga ki dun sa ta me gyawa ina hama shama le chi hins hote son yi chi son hama le shama chi o sa ta te me gi chunu sha ta lunga ki dun sa ta lu tele ya tambo so chaba ne ba majba lamba somba loyer te somba no ne so chaba de depa chawa 텔 때네 아니 마지 말아마데 데바테 좋아 아니 디니레 때네 아니 롱야데 마 데바 좋아 롱야 데바 샤타 코로스 손지 나니 롱야데 데 좋아 롱야레네 마지 말아마 데바 차와 마지 말아마레 아니 소치 데바 차와레스 하마 샤마레 치힌상 하마 데바 차레스 다 나기 준 타마 치수 나체레 타마 나체라 나체레 Chama depa chawa. Chama le zun depa chawa. Zun chama tsizu ngache. De ngache le tsizu depa chawa. Tsizu le chama sheba depa chawa. Chama le cha ane zun depa chawa re. Sawa dechi. Ta lunga ki dunde hama shama le ya depa ya cher yando res. Yi chi sones, yi ki sonde nam se nyo se lotara. Hama le shama chi o se te pocho lo ni. 담부 녀센레 남셀레 녀세 대바쳐 녀셀레 장 타마 로타 대바쳐레서 어때송을 어때 때 뭐니 주권에 대바쳐주들 어때지 주나
Laskila. Nisimle napsim tipa chere, napsimle lokta tipa chere gila.
어때래 다 때인데 나라서 류가게 되는 펠레나 소쳐봐 마진바 람바 로예 손제 나네 다 로예 밤발레자 마진바 람바 빠나 아니 겨와쳐와 겨와데 또쳐와 로예 마진바 람바 밤발레자 소쳐 밤바에나 겨와데 또쳐와 다 때가로 차누어
Laskila. Okay, so yidela logare dira shambani di chipare shiragila.
그래 이게 손데 막칼레 차
Nice. Okay, so now we come to the nature. In among the three physical and four vocal action are foremost, one are weightier, and one after them are lighter. Among the three mental action, the later are weightier than the former. So here, when we are talking about this, here when in terms of the body, in terms of the body, among the killing and in terms of nature of weightiness, when the nature it comes how the action become weighty, it comes like in terms of the body, like killings, non-virtuous, like killing, sexual misconduct and lying. In terms we consider like sexual misconduct as like among the three actions, three body action, it is sexual misconduct is among them is like least weighty. And then it comes to the stealing. When it comes to the stealing, it becomes like more weightier than the sexual misconduct. And then it comes like killing is considered as a weightiest one among the actions of the three body. From the body side, the killing is considered as the most weightiest one in their nature. In terms of nature, killing is considered the most weightiest. Then little lighter weight is stealing, then the least weight in terms of these three is a sexual misconduct. And in terms of the verbal, non-virtuous state, the lying is considered as a among them. The lying is considered this one. Okay. So in terms of the in terms of the verbal, it is considered like senseless speech is a lightest, least weightier, and then it comes with the offensive speech, then it comes with the decisive speech, and then it comes to the lying. So among them, the nature of the weightiness is the lying is the most heaviest weight, and then it becomes like little weight is a decisive speech. Then in terms of these two, offensive speech is much lighter, and then the last is senseless speech. Senseless speech is most lightest as compared to those four, most lightest in terms of their nature, weightiest in terms of their nature. But these two are considered in terms of the physical and for local, in terms of physical and local, the nature in terms of the physical and vocal. But in terms of the mental action, when you are considered in terms of mental action, there are three mental action which are like covetousness and the malice and the wrong view. In terms of these, it doesn't go same like the physical and verbal. It goes opposite of them. So it is like in terms of the covetousness and malice and wrong view, it is considered as a wrong view is the heaviest one, and it is the heaviest or weightiest one, which is most weighty one. And then it comes a malice, and then it is come as a covetousness. So covetousness is becomes the lightest in terms of nature, in terms of their weighty nature. So covetousness is the lightest as compared to these two, malice and wrong view. And then malice is a little weightier than the covetousness, and then the wrong view is the most weightiest, like heaviest one, the heavy weightiest one. It considered as a covetousness. So the mental action, the three mental action, is the weighty, the concept of the nature of the weightiness is different as compared to the physical and the vocal. So it in the non-virtuous section, and it also goes same with the virtuous section also. Like if you do the if someone doesn't someone never someone took a vow or not killing, and someone never kills someone, it just become like the most virtuous in terms of their physical. And then second is if someone never do stealing, it becomes like as compared to non-killing, it becomes like non-stealing is become the less weightier in a virtuous state, and it becomes like non-sexual misconduct is less weightier. So it's similar go with the virtuous section as it is also go with the non-virtuous section. Now I'm gonna hassle.
다 오니 지서 다 이거네서 다 이거네 겨와인 난다 메겨와인 난다 대바 상제 당 추다 겐디 라마 타바나라 페네셔 바스 상제래야 지 펜바 두바이나 겨와차와 상제래 네시바이나 대바차와 추래야 안 다라를 페네셔나 겨와이나 겨와차와 너바샤나 대바차 겐디래야 아니 페추다 상보다 야바체바 티기체바나 겨와 chawa. Yang madepata tetsule nyobashi depa chawa. Ranga lama taba tetsule ya pemba chena or gyawa chawa. Nyobashi depa chawa di insul sanje chu gende lama taba na pene sheba was. Or that techi juina. Ta yi kwani depa chawa. Ta gazeles.
Shiba desu kila.
Shiba teke doa.
Now. Okay, so now it comes with the basis. Now we completed the conditioning, habituation, and nature. Now we come with the basis. So basis, the action that help or harm those like Buddha teaching and the community and guru. So here it also like in terms of basis, the virtuous, like how weightier will be virtue and how weightier will be non-virtuous is also like for example, in terms of Buddha, if you do something good, like if you do something like offering or like just do something which is for the Buddha in a good terms, then it become like the one virtuous action is a weightier one. But if you do something that harm the Buddha, like then it becomes like non-virtuous action become weightier. So and also same goes with the teaching. When you are like harming the teachings of the Buddhas and teaching of the Buddhist teachings, then it become like it is non-virtuous action is a non-virtuous basis is a weightier because of the teaching is a base the basis teaching So that's why it become weightier. And then if you do teaching, if you don't respect and not to harm them and respect, then your non-virtuous the virtuous action become heavier because of the basis. Then it also go with the community. When the basis is the community, is like community means a sangha community, Buddhist monastic community. If you do harm to them, then your non-virtuous deed become weightier. And if you do something good to them, then your non-virtuous deed become your virtuous deed become weightier. And it also goes same to your guru. When if you do good to your guru, then it become your virtuous deed become weightier. And if you do bad or harm to your guru, it become non-virtuous deed become heavier or weightier. Laungila sasu.
Teni ngaba te mitin bi sho chi to nyemba ne sa ta te kander sa na chi si choi ba to chi to nyemba sa chi si cho sa de ma chi ka ba to lo so so metsik chi gi rin le chi to nyemba mi gi le lan te ndula sa ta pe le na ngaran cho ja sun ra bu gi ti le de chen ane sen chen na la so ba chung chung ko ne te se ne ten re chen ya ma chi ka ba to ten le ka lang di ke yo ra 다 텐드 잡고 야 카케가 쫑쫑저다 쫑쫑세네 마시게 받아서다 쫑쫑세 겨와 치료 무두게 텐드여다 겨와네레 치료 미셔 봐오스 오다 대답을 때려 미투 비쇼 치도 녀비고네 엔데바치스 와르다 마시게 봐도 메겨와 쫑쫑치 겨와네레 치료 미셔 봐 오다 텐디게 가자 대초기 데바테 아니 미투 비쇼 치도 녀비고네 데바타우 참부레스 어때서
Now we come with the fifth one. There's a fixation on incompatible factor. For long as you live, you're completely taken up with non-virtuous action and do not cultivate virtuous even once. So here Krishna has given an example that it is this is fixation of incompatible factor, means like you do some action which is like till the end of your life. For example, Krishna mentioned that some people till the end of their life they just would reside near the ocean near the sea or near the ocean, like they are like in coastal area. So when they do fishing and they sell the fish and they do the business of fishing till the end of their life, so it is become their action to the action the non-virtuous action become very weighty due to they are till the end of their life they are continuously doing the harming the animals. So they are just fishing and then selling it. And also like some of people who have who do a work of hunting, and they till the end of their life they continuously hunt the animals and they continuously hunt the animals. Then it is considered as a heavy that action is considered as a non very heavy non-virtuous state, and which is, and also it goes to the opposite to the it also goes with a virtuous state. If you do something good, then for the till the end of your life, then it become very heavy. Now
다 ngabate tropare mitu sho sewa ne setere me tropa mitu sho sewa ge to tochade migi sho tanda konle ya gyachon mije ke so ngabat ta tropa de migi sho tanche papane ne karsagrata jitin bigi normal ya sha ta ne ndachata trenes something you know it so tone and gay le do tell ya me to show say you gonna and tocha was what the teacher gay le show was what teacher teacher China.
Yes, yes. So here now we come in the end of the six ways, which is mentioned by Arya Asanga, in which actions are weighty. The six way. Last we came in eradication of unfavorable factors. So till 1 to 5, they normally discuss about the non-virtuous action. So here it comes with a virtuous one, like having eliminated the group of non-virtuous, you become free from attachment and cultivate virtuous action. So it become very weighty one. So here, like if you eliminated all the non-virtuous actions, and you attain the certain meditation level point where you can able to free from all the attachment and also cultivate the virtuous action, then your action become very weighty virtuous action. So it is the sixth one, where the eradication of unfavorable factors which led your action to be virtual action to be very weighty.
teni hitting le sere ta penga papa ludu gen zebi hipiting le inayam teni ta tang sa tapa rihi gyawa dunanda tapa rihi me gyawa chenanda ti gone depa chawa gyawa chawa ngoba hemba sa ta chi to hemba chimbi gi toni gyawa yena du seng tingi ta me gyawa dun du te to chawa nyambo me ba sa me gyawa ta to gyawa nyambo yo me nyambo chene me ta jopa da da chi ta nge depa sa sa rema sa sa tene gyawa du la chene me ba chen kora depa sa chong 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 che tene gi nyambo me bi gone me gyawa chawa to chawa sa sung re so 대송을 토래 여태 쪼대 일을 중이래서 들니 셔거다 여태 쪼 덴바스 여태 쪼 산난다 여태 전부 인게 될이야 여태다 덴비제다 펜도 비지니 셔거로 여태 쪼대 일을 중이길래 됐다 전부래서 대니의 셔이도 마찬가지로 게다메게 나와 전부돼서 겨왔다메게 될에 남방아요래서 될에 겨와셔라 좀 받지 계속소스 다 대송인데 공래야 따빠 이렇게 겨와 이나다 매겨 제바다 생기 뛰니야 현바 첨부가 또 겨와 줘난다 타치도야 현바 매비 또 현바 첨부가 또 매겨 줘난다 대바 이나 대바 쳐 겨와는 겨쳐 님부 천이 매비 돈이 매겨 줘 어따지 미투쇼도 마천이 마치 돈이 겨와 줘 또쳐 되네 근초 라소바 여태다 딘비 힘이야니 펜바도 녀바체나 아니 겨와이나 겨와 도쳐와 데바데바 도쳐 파마라소 펜도 비기 예테스 야 겨와도 잠부체나 겨와 랍차와 민겨와체나 데바 도쳐 데니 파샤나 아레소 데가 근초 라소바 여태다 딘비 히타 파마라소 펜도 비 힘이수 셰야 나오스 어때 딘리게 양 도쳐모 아지 자동지 히진도 공급도 잡아버려 어때 지주나
Yes, okay. So it is mentioned in when you are talking about the weightiness of virtuous and non-virtuous action, it is mentioned by R.N. Nagarjuna in his text, the Friendly Letters, say that the five types of virtuous and non-virtuous actions arising out of the persistent obsessions and lack of remedy and the principal foundation of virtue are huge among them strive to cultivate virtue. So here, when it is mentioned that the five types of virtuous and non-virtuous action is like arising out of persistent. Like if you every day you do a good virtuous action, and if every day you do a non-virtuous action, or you are like obsession and okay, and you are like obsessed, like you are like continuously doing, and every day you are doing, and you are obsessed with doing virtuous and non-virtuous action, and here the lack of remedy goes to the non-virtuous action. If you don't practice any remedy for remedy or antidotes for your non-virtuous action, and if you continue to do some non-virtuous action, if you continue to collect non-virtuous action, then it becomes a weighty one action. And the principal foundation of virtue are huge among them strive to cultivate them. So here there's a like two gila dela zo da zo den da yun den zo den shi le chung le da zo da yun den ni xiao ra gila nga cha la
Teni mare, teja yote tso den sade, oda yote da denbi ki yi, kuncho te tsuri. Ane pendo bi ki se ti ni shayarda.
ne pendo be shi le ni xiao re gila. Okay. Okay, so when shitting ga jira gila shitting na la rang di now, okay. So when and the principal foundation of virtue are huge, and among them, okay. So here, when you are talking about this, the principal foundation of virtue here. Sorry, no. Oh, you did so the shile. Dila yangya chik suna yende so tingi shiri sula shar suna gila so that them like
yote tso den yi le shung yi le, se yote tel ni shagres. Ane yote da denbi yi che dan, pendo bi yi ni shayarda nga chadres.
Okay, so here like when you are talking about the principal foundation of virtue are huge. Here it is in the principal foundation of virtue you have to put two types, two parts. This is like one is like the with the foundation of those who are having all the knowledge or all the virtue, who carry all the virtue, and one with who is benefits for you. One is like in positively benefits for you. So if you count it like arising out of persistent obsession, lack of remedy, and then in the principal foundation of virtue you count two, which is like one of the basis of all the virtue, and one is always helpful for you, benefit for you, and then it is considered as a five one. are among them, are huge, and among them try to cultivate virtue. From that, you have to cultivate the virtue. And that is, there are 5 types, because the principle here it's mentioned here. So when Arya Nagarjuna has mentioned, so here that is, there are 5 types, because the principal foundation of virtue are divided into the foundation that have virtues such as the 3 jewels. So in terms of the principal foundation of virtue, there are 2 types, which is for some of the which is foundation, that is a foundation, that is a virtue, like it is a having all the basis, which having the all the virtues, such as 3 jewels, so which have the which carry all the, which have the basis of the foundation of all the virtues, and the foundation who provide the assistance, which helps in providing assistance, such as your parents or your guru, who assist you to get all the virtues, who assist you to help to attain all the virtues.
아야, 다 추체 신선이 대자에는 지사라.
Now, so today, like, we will stop the class till here, because the time is already over.
Okay, let us now do the dedication. Okay, dedication prayers. A mandala offering. This crown, scented perfume strewn with flowers, Mount Meru, the 4 continents, sun and moon, visualizing as a Buddha feels, but hopefully so that all beings may enjoy this glory. Idam Guru Ratna Manda Kanuya Tayami. Long life prayer of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. In the snowy mountain paradise, you're the source of good and happiness. Powerful Tenzin Gyatso train lazy, may you stay until samsara end. Praying for our teachers' spiritual health, praying for our teachers' ages, praying that the works will go and spread. Bless me never to part from them. Due to this merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of the Guru Buddha, so that I may be able to bring all beings to this enlightened state. May the precious Buddha mind not be upon the rise and go. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. Just as the blessed Buddhas of the past are dedicated, just as the blessed Buddhas present is dedicated, just as the blessed Buddhas of the future also dedicated. I humble learn, and dedicate likewise. Regions where the supreme precious Dharma has not spread, where it has spread without decline. And that they shall show happiness and benefit, will mind deeply moved by great compassion. Anyone who really sees, remembers, touches, and talks to me, be free in their very instant from all suffering, by the happiness forever. This applies to peace and endure, as long as millions remain. Until then, may I too abide to dispel the misery of the world. May I be a protector for those without one, and guide for all travelers on the way. May I become a bridge and food and ship for all those who wish to cross the waters. O venerable compassion, who receive blessings, come with us, Lord, some river mouth, salvation, essential beings, may without exception ripen our right now. When they give our happiness and virtue to others, and thereby bless all beings in bliss. Okay, over you, Keshila.
라소 오 자예 베제 조게면 도라 저럴리게 내대제 산제겐도 미덴베오 로게 나다겐도 샤와쇼 에당거라나 나면데 네야다야메 테나지세 라마 투제체 마준로 이티리 도메케 마레 타타 달미바 다게덴게 야라타와 로게 데라냐바 신절로 테나지세 라마 투제체 마준로 이티리 도메케 마레 타타 달미바 다게덴게 야라타와 로게 데라냐바 신절로 테나지세 라마 투제 마준로 이티리 도메케 마레 타타 달미바 다게덴게 야라타와 로게 데라냐바 신절로 강소시고 마레 처주데 헤히 창주 데히 소지 메투 내래 페바트 조베 바셰 조바 신절로 상추 선처럼 버저 마셔 받아서 디셔베 넘음 공연관도 배워서 파마 세제 단계 대단데 지진연조 단계 따도도 상추 선박관의 수 대다게 좀 하는 주주 제 거래라 있고 이거서 편다도 하면 세례장한테 저베세 대바 된조지 담발라나메 비담바단 지원된 하라미티 겨완데 안도하면 걔네 담반제비 조로 오 와라소 야야 안테니
Lasukila, Tujinangila.
야야 당아 전이야
No, Gila Tuna Tigirigila.
Okay, thank you, Keshila.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mikela.
Thank you.
Okay, we end the meeting now. Thank you.